use graphs to solve equations and inequalities. And here we're going to look at how we can solve each of these using graphs of functions. If we want to solve an equation, I can set the right side equal to the left side. If I graph the right side and graph the left side, where the graphs intersect will be the solutions to the equation. For inequalities, I would graph the left side and graph the right side. And the greater than function is going to be the one that's on top vertically. If I were to draw a vertical line, it would be the graph that we intersect closer to the top rather than the bottom. And that would be our bigger than function. In this case, g of x is greater than f of x. Let's look at this equation here. 3x squared minus 2 is equal to negative 3x minus 2. In this case, we want to graph. We want to graph our first function, the one on the left. We will call f of x, and the one on the right, we will call g of x. If I graph these, this right here is the graph that I get. The curve is f of x, and the line is g of x. And we can see they intersect at 2 points. They intersect at the point negative 1, 1, and at the point 0, negative 2. So the solution to this equation is negative 1 and 0. If we wanted to ask a question like 3x squared minus 2 is less than negative 3x minus 2, I can see that vertically, between the points negative 1 and 2, the blue graph is on top of the orange graph. The graph of the line is vertically higher than the orange curve. So, in that case, we have g of x is greater than f of x between negative 1 and 0. And we write that with open parentheses and closed parentheses since we don't need to include the points x is negative 1 and x is 0. If we wanted to go the other way, this time I'm going to say greater than or equal to negative 3x minus 2. Over here, to the left of negative 1, we can see that vertically my orange curve is higher than my blue curve. So the orange function, the x squared function, will be greater than the line between negative infinity and negative 1. Since this is greater than or equal to, I'll use a square bracket. We use our union symbol to represent or, and then over to the right of 0, my blue line goes down off this graph much lower than this orange curve. So over here, the orange curve is on top as well. From 0 to infinity.
If you would like to see Professor Pierce make more videos like this one, you can support her on Patreon in the link below. Any and all support means a lot to her. It allows her not only to make more videos, but it also allows her to campaign for free and accessible online education to conferences and other universities. Thank you for watching, and remember, math is for everyone.